YouTube, what's going on? Woody P coming back with another one. Let's get it. We're gonna talk some boxing today. We got to fight. Yes, we got to fight for all the titles. 147. Errol Spence Jr., Terence Crawford finally agreed to a fight July 29th. Yes, it's a big fight of the year. Like Errol Spence and Terence Crawford said on ESPN First Take, biggest fight in decades. Let's keep it real. Biggest fight in decades. So we're going to talk some boxing. Talk Canelo Alvarez as well. He fighting in September. Going to either fight Bivol or David Benavidez. Going to fight one of those guys. So we'll talk boxing. Got some big fights coming up. Great year for boxing so far. Some great fights so far. Devin Haney, Lomachenko last week. Had David Benavidez versus Caleb Plant earlier this year. So got some great fights. Boxing is here. Boxing is here. Got some great fights, coming up. So talk some boxing, lock in before I start the video. People out the entire video. Like, subscribe to the channel, super content like this. Content about sports and various topics. Let's get it. Yeah, Errol Spence, the truth. Terence Crawford agreed to a fight July 29th. Vegas. Can't wait. Best in the division. Errol Spence has 3 titles. Terence Crawford has a title. Terence Crawford's undisputed at 140. Worked his way up to welterweight, 147. Built up a nice resume at 147. Some guys that's on Terence Crawford resume, with Kell Brooks, Sean Porter, Amir Khan. Terence Crawford have a pretty solid, resume for 147. Errol Spence has a better resume than Terence Crawford at 147. Got Danny Garcia, Dennis Ugas, Sean Porter. Errol Spence, he been through a lot of guys at 147. Errol Spence been through a lot of guys at 147. Errol Spence. Both of these guys are southpaws. Errol Spence come in at 5'9", Terence Crawford 5'8". But Terence Crawford has the reach advantage, 74.5. Errol Spence 72-inch reach. So Terence Crawford probably worked the jab. Terence Crawford a switch hitter though. Go orthodox or southpaw. That's one thing about Terence Crawford. He can go orthodox or southpaw. Errol Spence have the power advantage, I say. 22 KOs and 28 fights. Terence Crawford 30 KOs and 39 fights. Majority of his KOs came at 140 lightweight. But gonna be a great fight, like Errol Spence and Terence Crawford said. The fight of the decade. Fight of the decade for sure. It's a big fight. Then you got Canelo Alvarez. September. Big fight September. Just fought John Ryder. Didn't look that great, down the stretch of that fight. John Ryder, touched Canelo up a little bit. Canelo got the win, but touched Canelo up a little bit. Canelo said he was going to stop John Ryder, but he didn't. So David Benavidez, he said he's waiting. He felt like he deserved his shot at the title. Dimitri Bivol say, I want to challenge myself at 168 against Canelo. He wants to challenge himself at 168. Canelo say, no, I'll fight you at 175. I still want to, redeem myself at 175. It's going to be a tough fight either way. Canelo fight, Dimitri Bivol or David Benavidez, both undefeated fighters. Both, big fighters, long fighters. And they use their length. Benavidez and Bivol. So it'll be a tough fight for Canelo. Can he get in the inside? Work his way. Defense starting to slow down for Canelo. Starting to get touched up a little bit. A lot more. Canelo Alvarez. But so big fights this year. I can't wait. We got some great fights this year. Guys are staying active. Like I said, Devin Haney, Lomachenko, that was a great fight. Fight could have went either way. Some people feel like, Lomachenko, pulled it out down the stretch. Some people feel like Devin Haney, held him off. So some great fights. I feel like Shakur Stevenson, he's the real deal. That's what I feel. He's waiting for Devin Haney. But we'll have some great fights. You know, even heavyweight. Joshua, Tyson Fury, if that, come to fruition, that'll be a great fight. Anthony Joshua, he always, in it, bring the fans out. Anthony Joshua, let's be real. Doesn't have the greatest heart, but he bring the fans out. Tyson Fury, best heavyweight, best heavyweight right now, Tyson Fury. He's proven it. Yeah, Terence Crawford, Errol Spence. These guys been going back and forth for years now. Some people feel like this fight is overdue, but better late than never. We have it. The hype is still there. These guys are still in their prime. I say Errol Spence 28-0, 22 KOs. Terence Crawford 39-0, 30 KOs. I'll dive deeper into this fight, as we get closer, but fight is slated for July 29th. I know these guys, they're gonna go at it. A lot of build up, from just the weight. So I know these guys are gonna come at each other. Gonna be a big fight, exciting fight. Might see Hearn Hagler type of brawl, early on. You never know. But the build up, the energy is there. So I can't wait. Gonna be a great fight. Looking forward to it. Winner takes all. Like I said, Spence has 3 belts. Terence Crawford has a belt. So, winner takes all. Glad these 2 guys came to an agreement. But I'm going to keep the fire coming. Like I said, I'll dive deeper into this fight as we get closer to the date. But, I ain't going to stop. I love it. That's what I do. Comment, like, subscribe. That's where you can help us share the video. I ain't going to stop knocking the door out. Bah, bah, bah. Let's get it.